Within that 5 minutes, they saw a guy out front of the house, they arrested him, and they left. They never looked for my son. I could not get them to look for my son for 6 weeks. Finally, the highway patrol got involved, and my son was found 184 yards from where he made the 911 call. I got my son back. I'm grateful to have my son back, although he was deceased. I did the sunshine law request for everybody that was involved in his investigation. It took me 6 months to get my paperwork. So I made a complaint with the Attorney General. I have a letter from the Attorney General that said that he was not going to obey the sunshine law request because he was associated with the highway patrol, and then if I wanted my paperwork, I was going to have to hire my own attorney. So I'm a little confused about that because I thought that's what the Attorney General's job was, but apparently not. So after 6 months, I got my paperwork. I got the pictures of the scene of where my son was found 5 months later from the 911 call, and his bottom tooth was out with a permanent retainer that was in the coroner's report, but his top tooth was knocked out and it was put back in his mouth on the coroner's report. But on the pictures of the scene, his tooth was out, and they put that tooth back and never put it in the coroner's report. So when I brought that information to the prosecutor, nobody seems to care that his teeth were out. I've done numerous studies on skeleton remains, and after 5 months, people's teeth do not fall out of their mouth. I have more evidence of what happened to my son, statements. I had to take my son's case out of state. A foundation took my son's case over, and I have all the documents to prove what happened to my son. The problem is I can't get anybody in the state of Missouri to look at my documents and see that my son was murdered. So I'm on a fight to get justice for my son, not just my son, other people that have been murdered in that town that seems to be suspicious murders, and nobody wants to do anything. And I will spend the rest of my life helping missing. I've lived 5 months. I feel very blessed that my son was found in 5 months. But it's devastating and hard to live with losing a loved one and not knowing where they are. I just don't have words other than I pray every day for the people that are missing in the state of Missouri and hope that they get the right help to find their missing loved one. I cannot understand why I could not get anybody to even walk out of the police station when my son was missing. They told me I couldn't even prove he was missing. Then when I told them that he was on a video, said he was alive and fine and well. He used his debit card. He took $160 out. Then his debit card was used again at 9:11 in the morning. The problem with that is that he was already deceased at 4:40 in the morning. So somebody used his debit card, then they put his debit card back in his wallet, because when he was found, the debit card that was used at 9:11 was in his wallet. So I'm not understanding how a person could be deceased and their debit card be used and it be back inside their wallet when they were found deceased. I'm just praying and hoping that somebody will look into these cases so these families can get some justice and get answers to what happened to their loved ones. I understand it's not going to bring them back, but it will bring peace to the families that have lost their loved ones and find the people that are missing. And I thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Have a good evening.